But first, speaking of Joe Biden, the president was out touring a brewery in Wisconsin on Friday, and, well, let's just say he sounded like a few of you might have after a long day chatting at the Australia Day barbecues. Have a listen.
Maybe it's the beer talking, Marge, but you got a butt that won't quit. They got these big chewy pretzels here that are, oh, you guys with the beer, you know, $5? Get out of here.
Wait, no. I said President Biden, not Homer Simpson. Let's try this again.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Please do go on, Mr. President.
I'm proud to announce $1 billion from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law will be.
Infrastructure, he sort of got it there, but it's a pretty big word for an 80-year-old president, I suppose. Anyway, again, also in his speech, there were the usual battles with the teleprompter.
My professor, well, I won't get into my professor. But look, my predecessor, though.
Do you get the sense that he's just playing this up, that he thinks this is some kind of nightclub act? I mean, you know, Shecky Biden, the laugh-a-minute demented president, come see him tonight. Oh, yeah, by the way, also, of course, in the speech, there was the usual random screaming.
It cost $10 to make it. $10 to make it.
$10 to make it! The sea was angry that day, my friends. And, of course, there was always a bit more of the weird whispering.
And thanks to the outstanding senators, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, Tammy's the one, and Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith from the state of Minnesota. If I have all three of them on my side, I don't worry about anything.
It's all the greatest hits. I tell you what, though, God, this guy's got to get some new material. Anyway, seriously, on to the crisis at the southern border and what many commentators are now calling an invasion of the United States by illegal migrants. Have a look at this footage here. What you're seeing on your screen is footage that was reportedly taken in La Jolla, California this week, Thursday. It shows what appears to be some sort of speedboat, a landing craft, beaching itself on the Southern Californian coast. Now, migrants quickly get off the boat and start making a break for it into the surrounding neighborhood, pursued by cops, but it is unclear whether any of them were actually apprehended. And this group here, you see, well, that's just a drop in the bucket, because not long after that footage came to light, Customs and Border Protection in the U.S. dropped their latest figures and revealed that a record 302,034 so-called encounters with illegal migrants along just the southern border alone happened last year, adding to the total 10 million illegals who have come to the United States since the start of the Biden administration. 10 million. Now, 19 of those seekers, by the way, looking for a new life in the land of opportunity as part of that 300,000 who came out in December, well, it turns out they were also on the terror watch list. So go figure. But if you think this is news, there's a lot more to this story that is not being reported. For one thing, the United States is rapidly hurtling towards a constitutional crisis over the legitimacy of the Biden administration's essentially open borders policies. Policies which we can only assume are designed to bring a whole new constituency of migrants, newcomers into the United States, and then eventually, in some sort of horrifying cynicism masquerading as compassion, because that's what the left always do, grant them amnesty and citizenship in the hopes of locking in their votes for the Democrats forever. Here's, though, where it gets really crazy. This week, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, sent a letter to the president accusing him of failing to uphold his oath of office by allowing migrants to walk in virtually unchallenged for not enforcing the law. The immediate trigger of this was a fight over Texas' placement of razor wire at the Eagle Pass crossing to deter migrants, and the Biden administration's bogus fake news claims Texas's effort to seal the border at that point led to the tragic drowning deaths of 3 people, including children. This was, of course, a lie. It was fake news. And now, in response, along with Texas, 25 other states have all signed on and signified their support for the letter, setting up a crisis for the Biden administration, which now has in the position where it has either to do nothing and see their authority challenged, or fight back and look like they want to facilitate this very invasion. Now, imagine that. The media has all but ignored this story, of course, because it looks bad for Biden and it makes him look weak, which is why I'm sharing it with you now. But as if that's not enough, check this out. These pictures were taken by Brett Weinstein in Darien, Panama, where migrants are transiting from around the world to enter the U.S. You see the logos of UN and American aid agencies and something called the Global Brigades, all working to help these migrants get up and into the U.S., as well as tent villages with signage in Chinese, which really makes you wonder what exactly is going on here. Now, what it looks like to me is a coordinated effort by NGOs and the UN and other global left-wing charities, I use that word advisedly, to weaken and flood America's border and eventually sovereignty. So as for Joe Biden, well, his administration is trying to act like they're the good guys here. They're trying to broker a deal with Congress over the border that would allow the government to shut it down for a day if they have more than 5,000 illegal crossings. Which brings, of course, the question, why not just shut the damn thing down full stop? Enforce the law that allows you to deport illegal immigrants. Oh, and also the Biden administration wants to provide for the hiring of a whole bunch more agents and personnel. Not, it should be noted, to stop people from crossing, but to process them into the U.S. and the system more quickly.